time.
Thanksgiving special.
Was that your
Yeah, it wasn't so bad. In my head, it went a lot better.
That was not a Native American or chant.
It
It's
both
what my
works.
mom sounded like at my youth my youth games.
They both work though, right? They both
Right.
fit into
That
the
was her
Thanksgiving theme.
chant anytime something was going good.
I like
she
it.
would do what you just did.
I don't
That's
even
why
have- I couldn't
it
even
took me
repeat
a
it.
second to figure out what you were doing.
That Iowa
But happy
Nebraska line's
Thanksgiving.
for real.
Woo! All right, let's get into it.
Is that a typo?
Thanksgiving, no,
Not
it's legit.
anymore. That was
No
that
way
was
is that real.
that was pre-Martinez.
That's pretty Martinez.
Yeah, it's Iowa 1.5 now.
Let's get into it. Little Thanksgiving special, first inaugural. You boys ready for Thanksgiving? What are you guys doing?
I already got one down, 2 to go.
I'm actually in a wedding this weekend, so we
Happy
got like
Thanksgiving
we got like family stuff on Thursday,
Almost
and
just
then
died there.
so it was a COVID wedding last year, and they're doing the makeup this week because everybody's going to be back home, so it kind of makes sense.
So you're doing a Thanksgiving and a wedding.
Yeah.
That's a long weekend. That's a long weekend without a lot of sports involved.
Oh no, there will be.
Okay, good.
He's got a phone.
What are you doing for Thanksgiving 2?
Thanksgiving 2 is at my wife's aunt and uncle's in Grimes, so that'll be a probably 20 to 30-ish person gathering. And then
Is number 3 the same
crap.
day?
number 3 is Sunday.
Sunday?
Yeah, so we go Saturday,
Welcome to Iowa,
Thursday,
JMJ.
Sunday.
Nice. Well,
Yeah. So I
How
mean,
you-
good,
how you
nice
feeling?
spread now.
are you feeling good?
It's good. We're good.
Good. We're good.
Why are you saying that, Ryan?
Because
JMJ, what are you doing
big.
Like the
for Turkey Day?
Thanksgivings?
yeah, big
I'm
big
just
turkey
gonna,
days, man.
I have a date with somebody named Lava Cake and my couch in Call of Duty. That's it.
So
Watching
So you call
football.
Nicky Marie nowadays? Lava cake?
Are you actually?
I'm going
You're
to apologize for him.
Stupid.
Are you going to eat those rib tips?
Oh, right.
Did you
Thank
bring
you for
forget-
reminding me.
I-
I just forgot again. They were here.
Yeah, you
Woo!
What did you do with all that meat that you smoked last weekend?
shoved it in my mouth.
There was
Okay.
so much.
That's
There's no way.
No, I did. I made the tri-tip so I could do a tri-tip like hash with hollandaise sauce for
Right.
for
Can you make that bigger,
Turkey
James?
Day.
Yep.
Thank you.
Wings were for the wife.
What?
She wanted those for the week.
Yeah.
JMJ with the rib tips, and then I had rib tips for lunch this week.
I'm going to start betting smoked meat instead of bottles of liquor.
It's a great
Ooh.
idea.
Yeah, that just doesn't make any sense for me
Yeah.
not to do
Oh,
that.
I know.
Wow.
And there's
Did I
certain
not-
people
did I
you
not
want
put
to
it in
smoke
that?
your
Except
meat.
What Slack check did I put? Hey, I'm smoking this weekend. Put your orders in.
I think it was
You're
E&M.
smoking?
It
was
was
a big
Black
one.
Mammoth.
It wasn't
yeah.
mine.
No.
It's fine.
Yeah. Well,
That's fine.
I'll do it next time.
Yeah, better luck next time, me.
I'll buy the meat, and then I'll smoke it, and I'll charge you. That's all. That's all good.
That's very fine.
Unless you do rib tips, those are free of charge because they're. I mean, I love them, but
Any-
they're also just the side of the ribs.
What is going on?
Perfect.
Did you put these lines in this afternoon?
No, not this afternoon.
We're doing
James, when do I put these lines in?
What's today? Tuesday? Monday?
Yep.
Tuesday.
No, Tuesday
All day.
morning.
Yeah, so today.
So
you did it today. is what I'm
not
saying.
Tuesday afternoon. You just asked if I put them in
Did you
Tuesday
do it
afternoon.
today?
Most of
morning.
them, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
The Iowa one was not updated.
Anyways,
the Iowa one was yesterday because I was excited about that line.
What's going on? Are people like? Is there
What
a lot of
order?
people out with
There's a
COVID
lot,
or something?
lot
What's
of
going on?
movement in a lot of
Do you
places.
see that Bills game?
Yeah.
Do
All
so
the Thursday and
half.
Friday
let's go.
games
in like
moved.
Let's
4
go.
hours?
Let's go in order of the games.
Yeah.
How about that? We'll go in the order of the games.
Wait, don't you have to? Oh no, this is separate.
Yeah. So this
He's paying attention.
is
That's good.
this
Yeah,
is
he
going
struggles.
to be Thursday and Friday.
Yep.
Yeah.
The NFL's Thursday. Ole Miss is Thursday, and then only Friday, I believe, is Iowa, Nebraska.
Yeah.
All right. So let's start with. Is it? Yeah. Is the Bears Lions? I think they kick off at 10:30 or 9:30, whatever.
Wait, that's not from the top.
You know where that game deserves to be
Starting
played?
when the games start.
That game should
actually
be
start.
in London
Yeah. Absolutely.
or like worse,
Or not played.
I need to take
Like-
a nap.
Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah. Exactly. Wow.
Too
are
far?
these lines?
Yeah, man, look at the typing.
They're up to date now.
Do you see
They're
the
up to date.
typing? The
There
typing
she
says
is, lava cake,
"Ho!"
lava cake
don't.
herself.
I don't see what you're doing.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so back to Bears Lions Thursday at 11:31
You
a.m.
don't see
Central Time.
what I typed in there?
I'm going to redo my OneDrive. Go ahead.
The Bears started at
This
minus
game
3.5
sounds
Bears favorites.
disgusting.
It's down to just 3. The total is at 41.5, and we're in Detroit.
I'll be napping during. This is terrible.
Is Goff playing? It doesn't matter, but
No.
is he playing?
Does it matter?
No, it doesn't
makes it
sound like
worse.
it. It sounds like I'm pretty sure he's not playing.
Oh man.
Does it matter?
I mean, I thought like, hey, Bears, Huntley was starting for the Ravens. You have your shot.
They blew it. But big news with the Bears this week. Nagy's going to get fired after this game.
So that might fire them up.
Good. They'd be happy.
There's been players like
Well, what's
outright
making
saying
that-
in the
Are you
locker room like
did
we
you
don't want
see
you.
that?
What's
Can you
move-
see him doing
What's
that?
moving that
Oh, yeah.
line?
He's in here with me, and so are you. It says you just
Now I'm
joined.
in here. Now I'm
Yes.
back. The other one didn't have
I
it.
don't understand why that line's moving.
I don't know.
The
The
opposite
Bears
way.
one down
Yeah. It went
Yeah.
down from
because it's
3.5.
just a gross game.
Probably isn't playing.
Right, but
It's probably
they're probably
why,
better
although I
with
think they're
Dalton
better
against
with
the
Dalton.
Lions.
It's gross.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. Hey, it's a Thanksgiving game. They're doing it in the morning.
It's gonna be 3-0.
It
Those teams are
literally
going to
could
just
be.
run the ball and try to, like, they might even start taking knees mid-game just to get to the turkey.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
whoever scores first, it's just like a knee the rest of the game. We're like, let's get out of here. Nobody injured. Like, we're just thankful to
Guys,
be here.
this is going to be a 0-0 tie.
It doesn't even
Like,
sound attractive.
Could it be the first ever 0-0 tie?
And
It
Thanksgiving football is usually awesome. I love Thanksgiving football.
two
but
games.
this game,
Two teams.
This is a dumpster fire.
I'm going to have to take my nap early instead of mid-afternoon.
well, I guess you go
morning
brunch.
A
Brunch.
brunch nap?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know. My wife will
Wake
not be a
up,
fan of
buddies.
that.
So JMJ, you just
I already know because this is again. Are we? What are we talking about? This Bears versus the Lions
Yeah.
with a total of 41.5.
And you've got what?
Chicago money line, Detroit spread under.
just hedging
All right.
yourself on
Yep,
that.
because who
You don't know.
knows?
Right,
The game
right.
will
No,
be
you-
what,
you-
NFC North,
12
baby.
to 8 or something.
And
Who
it's
knows?
at Detroit though.
Right.
in
Okay.
Doors. So I mean, just weather doesn't become a factor.
Yeah.
That was the only thing I
Oh.
was trying to think in
Yeah.
my
sure.
head, because that's the last thing those two teams need is some weather.
I just can't.
No
This
kidding.
game doesn't even sound attractive.
No.
Normally on a line this
Is there a
low,
worse game right now in the NFL? Is there like Detroit is obviously they haven't won, but is there like Detroit Jaguars? Is that worse?
No.
No, I agree. No,
Well,
I agree.
Goff not being in makes it
And
even worse.
and
I know
Fields
he's not
playing.
great, but like just Goff's better than whoever their backup.
Right.
I don't know who their backup is. I don't know his name.
I mean, yeah.
The
Did anybody?
Lions back up.
Yeah, anybody?
We have fast internet up in this.
Yeah.
we
But I
don't.
mean, normally when I'm looking
Tim
at
Boyle.
Boyle.
Boyle. Yeah.
I thought it was Tom, but
yeah.
it's
Where's he from?
they're both fouls.
Did he
You're
play
close.
at Indiana, Purdue, North?
New Mexico.
I think it was the Indiana, Purdue, Fort Worth.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the one that
yeah,
makes
for sure.
the basketball tournament every year.
He played
Fort Wayne.
college
not Fort
football at UConn
Worth, obviously.
I was
in,
way off.
in Eastern
Krypton?
Eastern Kentucky.
It's both of them.
Well, so
He also played for the Green Bay
Wait. You
Packers.
said Eastern Kentucky?
Yep.
Western's doing well this year.
I know the
It
hill.
wasn't Eastern
I know the
Kentucky.
Hilltoppers. I don't know who's on the east side of this.
And he also played for the Packers from 18 to 20.
Yeah.
Wow, so he's a veteran, guys.
Yeah.
He's a vet.
I mean,
He's been around.
regardless, at
We're still
41 and a
talking
half.
about this game.
Well, we have to
think
get
we're
to our
more-
picks,
yeah.
but
I think
Oh,
we're almost
what do you
talking
got?
shit.
Too much commentary.
at 41 and a half, normally I'd take the over, but in this game it just stinks. So I'm going Chicago money line, Chicago spread. I'm taking the under on this one.
I'm also doing that because I trust Dalton in this game more than I trust Boyle. And the Bears defense.
Yeah, the
Definitely better than the Lions.
Lions are playing with backup.
Everybody.
Well, backup quarterback and backup running back, both their top. And the Bears got Montgomery back last week.
Oh, David.
And Dalton.
Dalton is not
good.
a loss when it comes to points as
Correct.
far as I'm concerned. So, yeah, I think Chicago under.
It's going to be like
I don't
24-10.
see how.
Yeah,
See, it's
this
like a
game
20
just
At
isn't.
most 24-10.
It's not exciting. It's not exciting, especially when people were at the beginning of the year thought that Bears were going to be okay. Now
No,
they
first
just
of all,
stink.
only Bears fans thought that.
Yeah,
Let's
we
back
got
it up.
Justin Fields. We're going
Let's
to do
calm
great.
that down.
No, you're not.
All right. Game number 2.
Raiders Cowboys. This one starts at 3:30. We got the Cowboys are up to 7.5 point favorites now. Started at 7, and then the total has moved down a half point from 51 to 50.5.
Yuckers.
This game is in Dallas. After what Dallas showed us last week, God, we were all high on Dallas. What happened?
Hey, their
Cole?
defense showed up. I mean, here's the thing. Kansas City, the game was bigger for Kansas City than it was for Dallas. Kansas City on TV, the stadium felt like Arrowhead again.
Yeah.
And I was at the Bills game when and it was loud, but it wasn't Kansas City loud. And
no, that makes sense.
It finally felt like the fans from last week, Kansas City's performance, like the teams got their swagger back, but their fan base also got their swagger back a little bit.
Yeah.
Got my swagger back.
The noise, especially early, Dallas had a couple of false start penalties, just little things here and there where they just never got clicking. Halftime, they go in, Lamb gets hurt on the last play of the half, basically, concussion. They already have Cooper out. Just a little too much to overcome. Didn't love the play calling. Thought it was too conservative in the first half. A couple penalties didn't go their way. There was just a whole bunch of stuff that didn't go Dallas's way. Defense gave up 19 points to the Chiefs, though.
Yeah, that's not,
so. I'm glass half full here. Dallas bounces back. Las Vegas not good on defense. Struggling internally with all of the player personnel stuff, coaching personnel. I like the Cowboys in a big way. But I do not think that game will go over, so I'll take Cowboys and under.
I mean, I rode the boys, and they shit on themselves against the Chiefs. The Raiders just – I feel like they always screw themselves somehow, ultimately. Whether it's on offense or defense, they just find a way to not do what they're capable of.
Oh, yeah.
And I just don't understand it.
Which is weird because at the beginning of the year they were like finding ways to win. The Raiders were finding ways to win, and they were fun to watch. And now they're just
finding ways to lose and not score points. The under's going to hit. I mean, yes, the Cowboys might figure it out. Even if they do and score 35, I just don't see the points coming from the Raiders.
Yeah.
I also don't think I think the Cowboys are in a little bit of a slump offensively with that, so I don't think they're going to score 35. Unless the Falcons show up. Yeah, unless the Falcons show up.
Are both CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper out this week?
Yes.
Both are out. Okay.
Cooper 100%, and Lamb was shaking.
He was struggling
hard.
Right.
So
I just wasn't sure
him playing.
I wasn't sure if there was any news.
It's a short week for them. I just don't see a lot of points out of this. So I'm also going Dallas under. Although I don't like that 7.5.
Yeah, so that's
going to make me physically ill.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm kind of following JMJ on this one. I'm going Dallas, Oakland under. That 7.5 is just a weird line. I think if it were anything but that wonky line, I think I like Dallas, but it's just a weird line.
7 or lower, I'm taking Dallas.
Yeah,
I think
win by 10.
Dallas does the same thing in this game. I think it kind of goes back to that Falcons game. It's kind of a get right game. For some reason, Dallas can't put 2 games in a row together right now, but
that's fair.
Too fair. You don't need to until the playoffs.
No, and Oakland can't run the ball. Like more and more, the trend in the NFL is if you can't run the ball, teams are like even look at the Chiefs. They scored 19 points against Dallas. They refused to run the football, even when it made sense, and they were successfully doing it.
Yeah.
They would just go back and throw. And I was watching with an avid Chiefs fan, and he was getting so mad. Like, Hilaire was getting 5 to 7 yards on first down every time, and then Mahomes would just throw an incomplete pass, and he'd just go ballistic. And I'm like, dude, both teams' play calling was bad. Same reason the Bills, I think, are struggling. Same reason the Bucs are struggling. They're not consistently sticking to a run game that they actually have. It's one thing if you can't, but if you can and don't, then you're going to start to struggle.
I mean, we brought it up, I don't know how many episodes ago. Offensive coordinators are out coaching themselves. They're getting in their own way.
Right.
We're not talking about simplify their play calling in terms of the plays. Just call the run play again.
Right.
It's working.
If they're going to run, I mean, there was times where Dallas their only person in the box besides their down lineman was Curse, their safety.
Yeah,
and
they'll throw it.
It's 19-9 game, and Kansas City's still throwing the ball, and it's like, dude,
right, just run it.
Like,
what are
you doing?
It's a numbers game.
Yeah.
That's what obviously we talk about Brady and whatnot and why he's so good. He will check to the run regardless. He does the numbers, and that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
that's why the Patriots are right back in it now too.
They've
trained Mac Jones to
be
that game manager, and he can actually make some plays. So.
Yeah.
So JMJ went Dallas under.
I was so happy. Thanks, Ryan. Made me so happy. I'm going Dallas, Oakland under. I don't like you guys. I've been saying this to you guys since we started this. I never like 7.5. I never like 3.5.
10.5, 14.5. Those ones are just weird.
Weird. Then none of that.
Yeah.
None of that.
None of that. Also, I'm going to go under because there's a reason why it's gone down half point. Half point's not that drastic. mean, it's not as drastic as we're about to talk about next, but still, public money doesn't move lines.
Right.
Sharp money moves lines.
Sharp money moves
So
lines.
it's a lot of
It has
damn
moved
points,
much.
guys.
This next one makes no damn sense.
So next game,
Why'd this
game
go
number
up a
3.
point and a half?
I
Did someone on the Saints
Down.
die?
it went down a point.
No.
What?
Oh, you're talking about
Up.
the line. Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry. Yeah, so
Taysom got
Game-
his extension.
game number
So then that would make them worse? Is
Yep.
what they're saying?
Apparently.
The extension that has
So I'm really looking here up the
$55 million
Saints, like-
range.
Something
Yeah.
happened?
to play,
So
play
game-
all these positions, or you get quarterback. You get
All right.
Right.
Game number 3, we got Bills versus Saints in New Orleans. The Bills went from 4
That you put up
point
this
favorites
morning.
that I put up to
This
5.5 point
so
favorites.
about 4 to 6 hours ago,
Right.
now it's
5.5
up a
point
and a
favorites.
half.
I just want
The
you to know,
total-
this week I took the bets early, like Monday when we were talking about this.
Yeah.
I am so glad because these lines are moving.
They're all over the
And the
place.
total went down from 46.5 to 45.5. So the spread increases, but the total decreases. So they are
Well,
fading the Saints hard.
I think that Camaro was probably confirmed to be out. Would be my guess. This is my guess is that he was questionable,
Yeah.
and I
Guess what we can do on
don't
Google?
think he's going to play.
That has to be.
They didn't think he was going to play anyway,
No.
but I think maybe they confirmed that, or he didn't practice again. I don't know.
That is a one.
He
That
was
is
a non-participant in practice.
that is a
That's all I
1.5
And
point
then-
swing on the spread, and that is a 1 point swing on the total.
Did I
will
also
agree with
see that Ingram isn't practicing?
Yeah, he got hurt. He got banged up. Yeah, marking your joins Kamara as a non.
So like if neither one of those guys play,
I think it's because Marshawn Lattimore got sent his probation. Maybe that's why.
so like everybody on the Saints is getting.
Doesn't make any sense.
No, it does. It
A
doesn't
point and a
make any
half in
sense.
4 to 6 hours.
Yeah, that's
Something.
I don't
I
know.
don't get it.
The
I
thing,
don't know.
the only thing that I
And the total's going
dislike
down a
about
full
this
point.
game is the Bills, who I thought at one time were the best team in the NFL, are not
Have
showing
been
that they're
stinking.
they are not showing that they're the best team in the NFL.
We just
by
talked
any
about-
means,
Play calling and stuff. That's another victim.
Yeah,
100%. But it's
Like,
just
what the hell's going on?
right.
what
Run
are
the
you
ball.
doing?
That's what just happened to Jason Garrett, right? Can't call plays. You get axed.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I was
Well,
so
unless you're
glad
the
when he went to
Vikings.
the Giants.
That's
Naturally.
just like
Absolutely. For
Like,
twofold.
it's just-
because you got rid of him,
And
and
we
then you
get
go
to
to a
play
team
him
that you can beat
twice.
up on. Nice.
Yeah, this is
You guys, I don't truly understand this one. The Saints don't look really good.
hey, but the Buffalo
They were up and down with Winston.
so high. On
I thought they were
Buffalo
going to be great
before.
with Simeon. Like he came out firing in that week. Hasn't looked great. I think they'll start using Taysom more now that he's out of his
Surprised that
concussion
they
stuff. Well, he was gone
haven't.
for like 3 weeks
Right.
of concussion, so they're going to rely heavy on him on that. The Bills either have to snap out of it or just fade for the rest of the season. Like they've got to get it together, and just like we said with Dallas with the Falcons, and then this week it's a get right game. The Bills have to have it, and they have to show up, and they will.
yeah. I mean, everything you said there, I completely agree with.
Which is why I took them with 4 points, and
Yeah,
I will again take them at 5.5.
Yeah, this is just a wonky game. I mean, the only thing that makes
Said wonky now 2 games in a row. By the way, guys.
I just want you guys to know wonky's his word of the day.
I
oh,
like that.
absolutely.
That's a good word because it's true.
The only thing that makes this game exciting is that it's not the Bears and Lions.
Yeah, you're right. Because that game still
It still doesn't.
I
make
mean,
it
my
good.
team's playing, and I'm not excited about the lineup of games. So.
That's the most exciting game of these 3.
Cowboys Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't
Yeah.
think- that's not.
Because watching Dak and those
Let's not
guys
try and
is
get
fun.
too
Right,
cute
right,
with
yeah,
this.
yeah,
Let's not try and church it up. That's the
Right,
that's the
right.
best game
Oh,
out of
yeah,
these
let's-
3. J&J, why don't you start us off with your picks on this one?
Well, yeah, if it's going to go up 1.5 towards the Bills, you got to take Buffalo both ways. And the total's going down a point. Buffalo under.
whatever that is.
What
I
what
just-
this sign language that Stoy is doing right
Follow
there?
the money.
Sign
Well,
language
I
that
know.
Stoy's doing right there is Buffalo under, in case you guys were wondering.
They felt it. They could hear it.
Yeah, I don't see the Saints like what? No.
But
Go
you
ahead, Ryan.
start to follow the money.
So I do think that the Bills kind of turn it around this week. So I'm definitely taking Buffalo. I'm definitely taking Buffalo to cover the spread. I just have a hunch with this one that it's going to go over. I know the total's going down, but I think this one's going to go over.
I'm in the same boat as Ryan on this one with the over. And I think Buffalo covers both sides of that. But I think
What score
Buffalo's
then?
I think Buffalo scores like 30. I think it's like a 31-17 type of game.
Buffalo, I think, is just going to eat the Saints alive, and I think the Saints are going to score because Buffalo's looked so bad lately. But their defense has actually looked pretty good. So
I trust Buffalo as much as I trust Bo Nix.
Yep, that's a good call.
Well, Bo Nix is hurt and out. So,
Say
you don't trust them at all.
There you go. That was easy. Go ahead, Ryan. Next game.
All right, next game. We're going to
night.
circle back to college here. Thursday game, Ole Miss, Mississippi State.
Don't you need to put it in purple because this line makes no damn sense.
Yeah. Number 8, Ole Miss goes
Wait, say that again. I didn't hear you. Am I good here?
top 10. Number 8,
Okay.
Ole Miss travels to Mississippi State, and Mississippi State is favored by 1.5.
Cowbell.
The total has gone up from 61.5 to 62.
More cowbell. You can't have enough cowbell in this game.
It's just
Mike Leach effect.
in everything I'm reading.
Cowbell effect.
I
Ole
just
Miss hates cowbells.
Everything I'm reading, everybody is still
No one's hurt.
taking Mississippi State, and I'm not understanding this.
There's no one saying anyone's hurt.
Completely agree, especially since Ole Miss has actually played a little bit of defense the last couple games.
Right, and their quarterback is a G.
Yeah,
Guys,
I agree.
they're
I
the
don't
number
understand.
8 team in the land.
Right.
Should a top 10 ever be underdogs against someone who's not ranked?
Right. The only game that they really shit the bed is the game that all of their receivers got injured and they had
Which, fair.
right.
What are you supposed to
And
do?
they got ran over by was that Auburn that just destroyed them?
so.
I'm pretty sure it was. It was the one game Bo Nix actually
Looked bad.
guys
looked good.
can we all send a petition though? I think
Yeah, it was Auburn.
I think
by
Thursday,
11.
Thanksgiving Thursday needs some action.
No, Maction's on Tuesdays.
I
Tonight,
know, but
baby.
there needs some
Max
action.
tonight. Rocky
I
Lombardi.
know.
Maction.
I'm saying
Come on,
Maction
Northern
comes in
Illinois.
on one Thursday of the
4
year,
point
and
dogs
it's,
at home.
it's Thanksgiving.
6.5
They
now.
can't.
Dogs?
That'd be so good.
They can't
NIU
because of
plus
NFL.
6.5.
That doesn't make any
It'd be so good.
It would.
I
but-
love everything about Rocky.
We
tonight.
want it.
I want
Give the people what they want, Stoy.
We Maction. We'll Maction later.
Rocky.
We might Maction on the other show because I'm about to get in some Maction. Maction action.
Yes, sir.
This one doesn't make sense.
Yep.
I don't get it.
And they're gonna make us look stupid because
Absolutely stupid, but it doesn't make
I
sense
think
from a
this
football
game,
perspective.
This game will be back and forth, but I trust Ole Miss
Late.
and their coach more than I trust Mississippi State. I understand the rivalry between these two teams.
I love both of these coaches, by the way.
Yeah, I do too. Agreed.
2 of my favorite college football coaches.
Can we watch them duke it out? That'd be fun. Line it
just
up.
wanna-
Oklahoma drill.
Let them do stand up.
Or that. Both.
They're both good interviews.
They are.
I'm just trying to.
I'm
I'm not going away
justify
from it. Give me Ole Miss.
Ole Miss
Ole Miss.
almost had put up 500 yards on Auburn.
This
They
part
put up
is
400
what gets
yards
me.
on Arkansas. I don't see
I mean,
how
I think
Mississippi State keeps up with them.
Ole Miss is going to play defense too. This is like a 31-27, 31-24 type of game, so it's
So you're
under
going
as
under?
well.
You got Papa.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. It's an SEC game. Both good SEC teams. I got Ole Miss, and under.
Yep.
So
Ole Miss under.
JMJ, glad you broke that up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there hasn't. I mean, it's just not. Nope. Mississippi State has not had a game that's gone over except for against Auburn in Tennessee State in months. Not even Alabama when they lost 49-9.
Right.
Reached that.
JMJ, did you say your
Just
picks
not-
on this one?
It's 2 points. 2
Yeah.
points.
Right? No?
I think you just type them in.
Oh, sorry. I'm going Ole Miss because this doesn't make any damn sense. And over.
Because he's probably.
But you start to follow the money.
Yeah, it's 61.5. That's a full point in 4 to 5 hours. I'll take the over.
Yeah, I mean, you're not
get
wrong
it.
on that one. Next game, probably one of the bigger Black Friday games all the time. Number 17, Iowa, goes to Lincoln to play Nebraska. When this came out originally, Nebraska was 3.5-point favorites. Their quarterback, Adrian Martinez, is out this week, so now the line has moved drastically, exactly, to Iowa. Iowa is now 1.5-point favorites. The total has gone down after that happened from 44.5 to 41.5.
No, the total's going down to what?
From 44.5 down to 41.5.
Oh, I think it's a 42.
Right down to Iowa territory.
Yep,
It's
exactly.
gone down. That's
Three
points.
That's
So it's-
one person
it's like
comes out 3
3-point
points.
swings.
Yeah.
Because the quarterback.
Because the quarterback.
Yeah, he's worth about 3 points. No, maybe more.
4,
Not
never mind.
on
He's
the
been playing
spread.
better. He usually isn't.
So you think it's worth 3 points?
Especially not against a defense like Iowa.
Right. So do you think he's worth 3 points?
Throughout the year, yes. Because and you
Against
also have
Iowa's
it's,
defense.
but here's the thing, it's all on who is the next guy. It's not necessarily one player, how much he's worth. It's how much is he worth.
Wins above
compared to
replacement is the
his backup has
baseball
played,
baby.
Not at all. But his backup is a 4-star.
Correct. So, I mean, it's just an unknown.
And he's
However-
more of a runner.
However, Martinez loves to turn the ball over. So
And Iowa loves to get turnovers.
And they're going to put a young guy in. They're going to make him run the ball as long as he doesn't fumble.
Right.
You know, it's going to be a low score game.
The
It has
thing-
to be now. Has to be now.
Oh, yeah.
The thing that was weird about this is, I'm not gonna lie, when I saw Iowa was 3.5 point underdogs, I thought that was about to be one of these games in purple. I thought that line made no sense.
Yeah. I mean, Iowa can't score, and Nebraska has shown the ability to score and hang with teams that
Big game teams.
look
Yeah.
better than Iowa.
The
Wisconsin last week, Michigan,
Ohio
Ohio
State,
State,
they were for a while. Yep.
Oklahoma,
Yep.
Michigan State. I mean, you name it.
They were in them.
Nebraska has been the Minnesota Vikings of college football this year.
We're in it.
They've been in
And-
every game
Wah, wah, wah.
and just
Yeah.
piss down their leg. Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know. Like, this game is like Nebraska's Super Bowl a lot of times. Like, Nebraska just wants to beat Iowa, so that's a
always
big
a
But
thing.
it's also
Close-ish
Nebraska,
game.
and now they don't have their quarterback.
Guys, I just want you to
So-
know that that's a false narrative. That's Iowa people say that. Being from Nebraska, in Nebraska, this game is not as big
Oh, that's
hyped
right.
up. This is an
Store's
Iowa
from
hyped
Nebraska.
thing, not a
Oh, I
Nebraska
forgot
hyped
he's from
Iowa.
Nebraska.
Which is also weird because Iowa and Nebraska fans talk about this game like crazy as well.
That's true.
Not Nebraska,
So
not as
must
much.
just be an Iowa person thing because I know Nebraska fans that hype this game up, and Nebraska's least favorite team in the world is Iowa.
Well, and then like
Nah.
the thing is
Oklahoma.
this goes back to Big 12 because Iowa State fans always hated Nebraska, even because Nebraska would just obviously roll everybody
Right.
back in those. But like I think it just kind of transferred, so it's just transference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, it's a state rival.
it's a
You have
hate
to.
from-
There's a lot of both fans in both sectors,
Right.
so I get it. But it's not as big as it's correct.
Well, and I think the thing looking at this is
Both
like
teams are usually not.
right.
the only thing that
in
I think is
anything.
weird about this and that 3.5 point line and that switch to Iowa now is Nebraska really doesn't have a ton to play for in this game, but Iowa can still win the Big Ten West by winning this game. Obviously, there's some things that have to happen with the Wisconsin-Minnesota game, but Iowa still has a chance to win the Big Ten West, make the Big Ten championship. So this game means a lot more to them than what it does to Nebraska.
And usually that's a problem for the team that means the most to, because the other team can go out and swing and do everything they want.
Right.
They have
But there's no
nothing.
reason like Iowa shouldn't count on Minnesota beating Wisconsin.
Absolutely not.
And
they know.
I don't think that Iowa goes into Nebraska thinking like that. I also don't think either team is good enough for like
To them to think
the
anything.
whole like over
Right,
like
yep.
Iowa's not good enough to go into any games, whether it be Northwestern, the bottom side of the big, or Ohio State, which Iowa would play about the same.
Right.
Because they somehow have an amazing ability to like bring the competition to their
To
level.
their level?
Like Purdue,
Not
like
play down. They bring them to their
like
level.
Purdue's
of-
going to play their best game ever against Iowa.
Yeah.
Somehow throw the ball all over, but like Nebraska would throw 4 interceptions somehow,
Right, yeah.
but only lose by a field goal. So it's just Iowa's uncanny ability
Right.
to like make games close.
I agree.
The Bears syndrome.
Yeah.
And that's maybe that's the same thing as Nebraska this year. Nebraska's got that uncanny ability to make games close
And
this
I'll
year.
take
So
my-
this game, that's probably why it's
Close,
so close.
right?
Oh, it's
But
gonna be
that's why
close.
Iowa will win is because
It's a
Nebraska
close game.
can't finish games. Iowa's more disciplined. They won't have a stupid penalty. They won't have a turnover on special teams.
Agreed.
They'll,
Yeah.
you know,
And they don't have a veteran quarterback.
Right.
It's not because he might be better. I have no clue.
right.
But a veteran presence. It's gonna
Yep.
be. It's gonna make a deal. But it's gonna be close. It's gonna be a field goal game. And it's gonna be Iowa under.
Is everybody saying this?
No,
What do you got?
I'm going over. Iowa over. I think Iowa, their offense is better with Padilla in rather than, and they're scoring a little bit more with Padilla in. I think Nebraska's still going to score points because they're going to have to keep this close, but I think it's one of those where it's maybe like a 24-21 game.
All right. I just don't see it getting that high. I think both teams are going to try to keep the ball on the ground.
Take their quarterbacks out of the game.
The guy that's the backup for, and I just heard this today, but the guy that's the backup for Nebraska is supposedly even more of a runner than, so they're expecting to run some option and stuff like that. So I just think it's going to be a clock game. Not to say that somebody won't break free, but
if that's a different look, if that's a different look than what I was expecting, I don't know that that's
right.
So all right, well, fellas, that's it for those Thanksgiving games. I mean, there's a ton of games on these games. I think there's a ton of Friday games that people can watch out for, but the ones that, really kind of hit home with us were the games that we're talking about. Obviously, NFL, you got to talk about NFL Thanksgiving games. And these were the two big games within those Black Friday games, and obviously Thursday with Ole Miss, Mississippi State.
For sure. Absolutely. Everybody have a great Thanksgiving.
Drink a lot, eat a lot.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Sleep a lot.
Yes, do a lot of
things.
Can I get
JMJ?
Nope, not.
Can you
I'll
gobble
just be
us
hanging
out?
out.
Can you gobble us?
I don't even remember how I did it. I just did it. It was a reaction. You can do what?
We'll do it again.
I'm just waiting for you.
No, gobble it up.
Do your thing.
All right, guys. Thanks again. Like, subscribe, share. As always, we're on various social medias. Twitter's probably our biggest one right now. Come talk a little smack to us. We love that. Also, you guys will be seeing another episode of our college football and NFL traditional talk here. Give us your shitty shot selections. Cole's got a shitty shot this week of Jägermeister, so that's not going to be very fun. And Stoy's back on the warm fireball. So if you guys have any other suggestions, I mean,
let us know.
We got to do it. So if you guys want to fade any of us, call us out, like I said. So we appreciate you guys.
See me in the streets.
Happy Thanksgiving. Take care.
It's time.